I want to start by saying that I will never be the kind of person who tells any other person what I think they should and should not be able to do with their body. I think whatever you decide to do with your body, show on your body, is your choice. And as long as you give consent, then everything is A-okay, which makes me 100% pro sex work all around. With that being said, I know that a lot of people watch pornography, including myself. And at the same time, while a lot of us enjoy watching it and pleasure ourselves to climax to pornography, there's a side of it where a lot of people look at these porn stars and they think that the women there are losers or lowlifes, or they have nothing else going for them, that they're almost not real people, which isn't true. Porn stars have always been real people. They've always had real feelings. They've always been someone's daughter, someone's girlfriend, someone's wife, someone's mom even. And they deserve respect too. They deserve love too, especially if you are fucking jacking off to them. Don't you think it's a little weird to masturbate to someone that you hate or want to put shame on so much and make fun of? Yeah, I think that's a whole problem that you fully need to assess and stop putting so much judgment on women who decide to dip their toes in sex work, who get curious enough to think that maybe they could maybe monetize their own sexuality. Now, in the year 2020, your average everyday modern girl, woman, is deciding that she can too monetize her own sexuality, whether it is selling nudes or whatever. And that's totally okay. I don't see the big deal. As long as it's her choice and it's on her terms and it's her price that you pay, I think that's totally okay. And we should leave women who are confident and brave enough to show their bodies and engage in sex work. We should leave them the fuck alone and just say, thank you. What you're doing is so badass. At least that's what I think. But I'm an open-minded woman and I like to surround myself with open-minded people. So whenever I see, sex workers get so much backlash, I really do get my feelings fucking hurt, dude. I'm not gonna lie. In this episode, I have my best friend in the whole world, Stacy Nye, back on. And she is also another badass, open-minded, adventurous woman who comes on the show to share her perspective of sex work and honestly the whole reinvention of the pornography industry today. Trigger warning though, this episode does include explicit language, topics such as sexual advances, sex work, and women who do whatever the fuck they want to do with their bodies. Do not listen if you are under the age of 18. Thank you. Enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Fake Therapy. It's me, Maria. Thank God that you're still, you know what this is, and you're interested enough to come back. I have to apologize to everybody for not putting anything out in a while. I have my own issues, and I am really bad at being consistent sometimes. So I am at least glad that somebody is out there listening and still interested. Thank you so much. And Also, like, the quarantine has made everything really weird, and just being like a guest-driven show has not really worked out so gracefully. And so now we are doing things a little futuristic on Skype. Stacy just downloaded Skype, and now she's here.
I'm here.
My best friend, Stacy Nye. You know Stacy Nye. She is the host of Movie Date Podcast with David Carson. And she is a fashionista. She is a beautiful influencer in my life.
Oh, my God.
She's the best. And I'm glad she's back. How are you doing today?
Huh? How am I doing?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm good. I am not working right now still. I kind of just like stopped just because COVID was really bumming me out and like making me mad. Everyone kind of sucked and I was just really over it. So I've just been hanging out. I've been like really working on my house and trying to like better my environment and myself as much as I can. Doing some yoga.
That's good.
That kind of thing.
You're in real quarantine right now. I feel like I'm in such a purgatory quarantine where I like go to work and then I like don't do that much else. Or if I do, I feel really bad about it.
Yeah, I like just I remember the last day I was working, there was this guy that was super rude to me and I was just like, why am I even here? Why am I putting myself at risk for you? You don't care about my well-being. You don't care about us at all. You're literally just like acting like you're on vacation. And that's like the last day I went to work.
Yeah.
And I've been getting that government money.
You are?
Yeah, it worked out.
Good. I was wondering if you were. I'm glad.
Yeah, finally. But I know it's going to end soon. So I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to go back to serving. I think I kind of want to try and go a different route in life. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to try and figure something different out.
Yeah, you should.
Personally, I've been really good.
That's good to hear. It's nice to be able to just like work on yourself and not have to do anything else because work takes so much out of you. And doing that kind of work, you know, it's just like you're not really passionate about it. You just have to do it.
Yeah, it's just like a moneymaker. And that is nice, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm ready to like struggle a little bit if it means I can like do something more to work towards like my future, whatever that may be.
For sure. There was a point in the quarantine where I was like really thinking about like my future and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to like do hair anymore. I'm going to go back to school. And I don't think that's happening. I like registered for school times and everything. And like by the time the registration for the classes came along, I like didn't do it. It was like too much at once.
Yeah, I totally understand. I like think about school like every now and then. I literally thought about the military one again. Just like on
That's not the craziest idea.
Huh?
That's not the craziest idea.
I know, I know it's not like me, but there's like the reserves where you can like not go in the military, but like work and get all the benefits. Literally, I would only do it for the benefits, but that's probably never going to happen. I've just been thinking of so many different options. I have no idea. I feel like I'm 26 and like I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but it's okay. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself.
Yeah. At least you're open-minded to stuff, though, and you're, like, willing to go down any route. And you're going to grow and change and be interested in different things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to be a journalist.
That's awesome.
And, yeah, I know. It is cool, but then I don't know why I always talk myself out of it. I don't know. The school thing is, like, so weird to me. It's a whole other demon of, like, do I do it? Do I not do it?
Well, I know that if I were to go back to school, since I literally graduated with no extra credit, no extra anything, because I literally did not try at all, that I would have to start by getting an AA, which basically means like 13th grade. it'd be just like high school again. I'll be taking math and science and all this bullshit that I hate. Like, I don't want to go to school and do that. I want to go to school and like maybe technical school would be a better choice because I want to surpass all that shit because I just don't like it.
Me either.
So I don't know if college is the right choice, but maybe like some type of schooling. I even like messaged you. I was like, what if I go back to cosmetology school? And it's like, that was just like a thought that popped in my head, but it's like, do I really want that? I don't know. I just don't know what to do.
Well, yeah. Remember when I messaged you and I was like, I'm going to be a crime scene investigator?
Yeah, and I was like, that's awesome.
We just do that. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. I like that about us, though, that we are just like, what if I did this? What if I did that? And yeah, I mean, that's probably part of like why we got into what we're going to talk about today, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. We're not afraid to try things and put ourselves out there. I think that's very true.
I think you and I are alike a lot in that way.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that if we feel like comforted by each other with things that we like, we feel more safe in it. So that's why I remember whenever I started talking about doing what we are going to talk about today, I went to you first and I was like, hey, what if I do this? And you were like, I mean, sounds pretty cool.
We're talking about
I always
sex
consult
work.
you.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I'm glad that you trust me and I trust you. I would go to you with crazy things and be like, is this crazy? And most of the time you would say no. And I would like to be the person that says, no, that's not crazy to you too. But yeah. When was this? Like, okay. Okay, sex work, okay? I know that sounds like so crazy. Like, that sounds insane, right? Sex work sounds so extreme to like the average person. Mm-hmm. But it's really not. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you're into sex work, or even you support sex work, or you think about getting into sex work. You're like, oh, you're like a fucking prostitute. Yeah. Which is like, I'm like, what's even wrong with that? But that's not even like what we were even thinking about talking about. Yeah. OnlyFans is like this thing that has taken over. And it's like almost a mainstream now. Mm-hmm. And
it's like Instagram for sex.
Yeah. So that was kind of like coming up in our world. I don't remember who I knew for the first time that got into it or how I first heard about it. But I think when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, okay. And then you had been like, I'm thinking about doing that. And I was like, whoa. But at the same time, I was like, whoa, like, that's interesting. I just think that it's very interesting. I don't think that there's ever been a part of me that was like, oh my God, no, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. At first, though, I remember being so anxious. I remember the first, like, few days, I, like, barely, like, ate. I remember being, like, I didn't have an appetite because I was so nervous about, like, checking on it and seeing, like, am I getting subscribers? Am I, like, are people talking about it and stuff? And then that, like, slowly went away. And I remember you being nervous, too, and being like, oh my God, I'm just so anxious. And I'm like, it goes away. And it does. It like fades. And then it just becomes a thing that you're doing. But I remember before I started, I went on YouTube. And I think that's where I got most of my information. I watched a bunch of people's testimonials.
I did that a little bit too. You always do that too.
Yeah. I really try to like do research, I guess you'd say, like to see how people truly feel about it. And everyone was like, I made a bunch of money and I remember when I first started, I was like, I'm not going to show, this is about to get real. I'm not going to show my vagina and I'm not going to show my ass.
Why wouldn't you show your ass?
I meant like
spread.
My asshole. Yeah.
Okay. Like fully spread. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. And I remember like, because a lot of people on YouTube were like, I'm going to try OnlyFans and only post what I post on Instagram and see how much money I make. And yeah, of course, if you are like an influencer and you have a big following and you're like, hey, I got an OnlyFans, come subscribe, people are going to subscribe. But that first month.
Right. And then they're going to be like, oh, I got tricked.
Yeah, once they see that you're not posting more, they're not gonna resubscribe. So yeah, they made a bunch of money, but I quickly realized like people aren't gonna stick around if I'm not showing everything. So that my mind quickly changed on that. And then I just slowly started to care less about what's out there, and now it's all out there and I just don't really care.
What
But
was your motivation to get into it in the beginning? Before you had started? Like, what made you want to make money that way?
I think what kind of pushed me towards it is I I was kind of like doing this like more like on Instagram. I kind of post sexier things sometimes.
You have always
And I was-
been like that.
Yeah, I've always been like more of a sexier poster. I don't know. That's probably not what you call it, but you know, I'm not.
Well,
I
like
don't shy
pictures
away
like
from doing
you're
that.
like in a dressing room, you have like you're trying stuff on a Victoria's Secret. It's like, the normal thirst traps.
Yeah, it's like I was a thirst trap poster for a long time, and I was like I would always get responses from people, and I was like, well, maybe I should try and make money off of this. And then I would see other people posting on their stories like, check out the link to my OF, and I'm like, man, maybe I should try and do this. And I like really struggled with it. I was really scared at first because I had never.
What were you scared of?
I just had never. I never even really sent nudes to anybody.
Really?
Besides like Andrew, besides people who I was in a relationship with.
Knowing that you were
So-
like had even a fling or that you were just like talking to, it's always been like a boyfriend. I guess same.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone that was like significant.
Yeah, I think I kind of came into like more like into myself. I don't know if that's the right way to put it. I like started to appreciate myself and my body more. And then I realized that even though I'm not like this typical shape or whatever, that people love all types of shapes, especially like men love all types of women, and I can profit off of this body. But I was nervous about, I remember I posted like scantily clad ones at first, like 3 pictures of me just kind of like teasing. And then then I posted an old nude I had took like topless, and I was like, oh my God, my boobs are now on the internet forever.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped caring.
Yeah, there is
whatever.
some scariness to it at first. I feel like before I had like really dove into it, like you and I were talking about it, and I feel like it made more sense for you to do it because you were so comfortable with yourself showing your body on the internet already, Like you would already do stuff. And I feel like people just like don't think of me like that, where I'm just like nice or I don't know, maybe funny or maybe like cool, but she's not like a sexy girl because I don't post stuff like that. Not that I don't think it's like right or I don't like admire that wholeheartedly, but it's like I didn't think that I could pull it off myself. So like the idea of like me starting an OnlyFans or like getting into sex work, I was like, who's gonna want that? Like, no one's gonna want me for that. And you were like, Maria, that's not true.
Yeah.
But I really
Everyone wants to
did fully
see us
believe that. I
naked.
was like, no one's gonna want this. It's just gonna be really
Whatever.
weird that I'm doing it, and they're gonna be like, what?
No, I'm sure like so many, well, obviously we know now, like,
Yeah, I know
So many
now. I
people-
feel very
yeah.
differently.
yeah, yeah. I would say most women have probably had someone yearn for them in that way. So I feel like any woman, if you look on OnlyFans, so many types of women have pages. Like
Yeah.
older women have them. There's like a whole like business for like MILFs and like you know what I mean. Just
Of
like
course,
so many walks of
everybody,
life.
because like there's like you said, men like and women like all different kinds of bodies and personalities and kinks about certain people. So it's like there's a girl or guy out there for everybody,
Yeah, totally.
and it's really crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. What does your significant other think about it whenever you brought up the idea?
Well,
Because we
At
both
first I kind of
are
had a
in
lot
long-term
of guilt
relationships.
about it because at the beginning of our relationship, I was very hard to be with because of jealousy and because of like insecurities. So for me to, at one point in our relationship, get upset with him about liking a photo of some
Right.
girl and being like so concerned with what he's up to on the internet, to me now changing and wanting to do the same thing, like wanting to like get full blown into this, I kind of felt like hypocritical. But I have explained to him, and like we've talked about it so many times, that I'm so sorry for what I was like back then.
You were
Because
very jealous.
I was so jealous. I had so much baggage and so much like just bad energy constantly. And it was all just from my own point of view. Now I don't. I used to check my phone. I used to check what was going on. Like, just, you know how on the old Instagram you could see what people, like, you could go through and see what people had been liking and stuff
Yeah.
before they got rid of that. I was insane. I would like literally go and check and make sure like what he's up to. And I regret that so much because it was just such a waste of time. But so I was kind of nervous to present it to him because I knew like how much drama and shit I had caused in the past, being mad about girls who were posting thirst traps and posting things that like got men's attention or whoever's attention. But he of course was supportive and everything. It's so different now. Like, I don't care what he does at all. I don't care what he's up to. I trust him, and life is so much better now because of that. So at first, maybe he thought like, oh, so now you're okay with it.
Like roasting you a little bit in a light
Kinda.
way.
He never said that, but I was kind of nervous that was what he was thinking. But he was totally supportive, completely. He's very much in favor of sex work and women making money off of like themselves. So he was cool, and he's always been cool.
Yeah. My partner, Javin, is the same way. Like, he is like, he said today, like, isn't it so weird how like people are hating on sex workers so much? Like, why do they care so much? And I'm like, yeah, I fucking know. But he's always been like, I don't know, he's never really been jealous, or we haven't really had much jealousy issues in our relationship. I have always too, like, I've kind of always had in the back of my head, like, oh, even though I don't think that I'm suited to be a woman in sex work, wouldn't it be like the coolest fantasy if I was like a stripper, or if I was one of those girls that like could pull off selling her fucking panties to people that wanted them, or like camming and stuff like that. And I had always talked myself out of it, but I have always in the back of my head been like, what if I was like that kind of girl? Like, that's just like top bad bitch fucking status to me. Like, I've always thought that was cool to like have that confidence. And like, we had talked about it a few times like over the years, and like this dude like bought me a webcam years ago. Like, he has always been totally down for it. And even like being like, hey, I think I'm gonna start an OnlyFans, he was kind of just like, yeah, okay. Let's like rent a really cool space and let's do a whole photo shoot. Like, it's always been really
so
fun
cool.
with him.
That's great. I remember when you were like, Javin bought me a webcam, and I was in such a bad, I never told you this, I was in such a bad place at the time. It made me so anxious to think that you would be putting yourself out there, because I thought potentially that Andrew would see. Isn't that insane?
Like, I mean, it's not insane though. I think everyone kind of thinks that.
I just hate that I even like.
But you were in a bad place. You had like jealousy issues for sure. I remember when you wouldn't let your boyfriend watch porn even.
Yeah, my previous relationship. Oh my God.
Like, remember when that was a big issue? I've known you for a long time, so we've changed a lot since then.
Thank goodness.
I do remember that.
I can't even imagine caring about that ever again.
Yeah.
But
Well, good. I'm glad.
I'm wondering if that past relationship kind of, I was so young
Yeah.
and I was so insecure, and I think it kind of shaped me into being this like very anti. I was such a hypocrite though, because I was anti woman and pro woman at the same time.
You felt
And I
like
was
you were
just like,
anti-woman?
I was anti woman if it came to my partner being interested. But of course I could be like, you go girl, like you're so cute and you're so pretty. But then if
Unless
my boyfriend,
guy's looking at you, yeah.
yeah, which is so horrible. And if you are in that position right now, just like take a step back, dude, because it's not worth the pain and it's not worth the fucking just weight on your shoulders. Like, I could not imagine caring about that shit anymore. Like, watch all the porn you want, dude. Go jerk off in the bathroom. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to bed. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm busy.
Yeah. Good night.
But it's so hard to like tell somebody, hey, like, you shouldn't care about that. Like, you kind of had to learn on your own and like go through your own adventures to be like, hey, that stuff's not a big deal. And I'm glad that you learned the way that you did. And it wouldn't take me being like, Stacey, I let my boyfriend watch porn. You need to relax. Like, that's just not going to work ever. You just have to learn for yourself, which I'm glad we have.
Of course. Yeah. Life is so much better now. God. Like, so much better.
What was the first month of you doing OnlyFans like?
The first month was my second month was my most profitable month. First month was probably the most like exciting month because I kind of like, it kept like, it was like growing and growing, and I was like, you know, pleased with seeing people want to see.
It's like, I think you and I too, like one thing about us, even if it is like kind of embarrassing, we both like need a little bit of validation to feel good. Like I hate that, but it's the truth. Like I need someone to be like, you're killing it, or like you're looking good, or liking my shit. I hate that means a lot to me, but it does. And that was just like the ultimate, like it's almost like a drug at first.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I'm like gonna rule the world. That's how I felt.
Yeah. Because I went from like being like, oh, I'm not the right kind of girl for this. I'm not like a sexy girl, to being like, oh, okay, like these people think so.
And doesn't it boosted my confidence more than anything I've ever done. Did it do the same for you?
Yeah, it boosted my confidence and my looks at least, which, you know, I need help in that, like a lot of women do. Like you don't always, I mean, you don't even see yourself fully. You don't even know what you really look like. And it's like you see the same body, the same face all the time, and you nitpick it, and you're like who the fuck would want this? I mean, like my boyfriend, yeah, but like nobody else is trying to like get at me really. I've never really had to like shoo guys away by any means. So I'm like,
totally,
whatever. But then, yeah, people are like complimenting me and messaging me and, you know, paying money to see you. And it's like, what? It was like mind blowing. I was honestly really surprised.
Yeah, I felt like, I don't know if you, I was very happy I made the decision to do it. I did not regret it at all.
Me too. Especially because I've always wanted to. It's like I had to do it. And I think it was a good time. We're like 25, 26-year-old women, you know? We're adults. It's not like we're like teenagers or like 18-year-olds doing this. We're grown women who make our own decisions, who have a better grasp on like reality, I think, than if we were really, really young doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I could never, 18-year-old Stacy could have never done that. Ever.
Especially if I wasn't like in a mature relationship to keep me grounded, it would probably be really, really toxic for me. I think so.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the right time.
In that relationship I was in at that age, we both were kind of doing the same thing to each other. So I remember when we did that photo shoot in your backyard?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did a photo shoot of Stacy in my backyard, and it was supposed to be a romantic gift of all these pictures of her, and she's at the most you're topless, right? Or there's maybe like one picture of your butt, not even like spread out.
Yeah.
It's very tasteful. It's very tasteful compared to what we're doing now.
Yeah, it was like boudoir-esque or whatever.
Exactly.
I remember giving that present to that person.
Okay.
And his first reaction being like, where was Javin when you were doing this?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, he was inside the house, dude. Like, this is supposed to be a romantic gift I'm giving to you. And he was so worried about the neighbors and, like, who was in the house who could have potentially have seen me. And I was like, we were so not, like, we were both doing that to each other, though. Like, if I were to give that to my current partner, he would have never asked those questions. He would have been like, oh, these are beautiful. Like, thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, we were in the backyard at night with, like, trees and, like, a high-ass fence in the backyard.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I ever told you that, but...
No, I didn't know that.
Sorry.
It's funny. Sometimes you need some time to tell stuff, though. I've definitely told you things years later, too.
Yeah. I was just so bummed that he couldn't just, like, accept the gift and be, like, excited about it. And I remember the reason for doing that shoot is because I wanted him to stop watching porn.
Yeah.
God, that's so horrible. Like, that whole thing is just, like, so toxic, the whole situation. Like, the only good part was us taking pictures of the backyard. That was the only fun and good part about it.
I wonder where those pictures are now. Did you give it to him, like, printed out? Or was it like...
Yeah, I printed it out at Nick Lundy's house, and I made him... I made him sit on the other side of the room, and I was like, don't you move, because I was printing it out on his printer, like, with photo paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't come over here.
Seriously, guard it with your life, yeah.
So
and
funny.
We were so I don't want anybody to see this but me and then your boyfriend.
Yeah. And I found a couple of them. I have a couple of them still. The book that I made was given back to me after the breakup.
Okay. Well, good.
So
it'd be weird if you had them.
I know. I have that somewhere.
No offense.
But there's a couple of pictures in my desk that I look at sometimes, and it's funny to me. Like, my little butt. Like, I look so different now.
And we were shy, like, didn't really know how to, like, work our sexuality. I feel like I don't know how to do that until, like, recently. I think OnlyFans has, like, sex work in general, but I'm just going to keep calling it OnlyFans, but has, like, taught me how to be more comfortable, and I've even with Javin, like, I've been more confident in bed with him and, like, been able to, I think, be a better sexual partner. That's helped me in that way.
Totally. And, like, making content together sometimes. Like, I remember condemning that. I'm not going to go too much into detail because I don't want to, like, talk about people, but...
I feel you, yeah. Same.
But it's so fun now. And, like, I love having that. And I love that that's, like, a moment in time that's, like, captured for when I'm, like, fucking 75 and I can, like... look back and be like, damn, I was a fine-ass bitch.
Yeah, I'm going to love that, too. I like that. And it's more like, I feel like people, like, think, I mean, I guess it can be, like, dirty and stuff like that, but it's not so, like, dirty in my head. I feel like it's a very natural thing to, like, admire someone's body and to be able to celebrate your own body. So, like, parts of it have been very body positive for me.
Yeah. It's sad because, the way that sex is and nudity is, like, guarded from everyone, I guess censored from everyone, like with television and movies and stuff like that. But we can, like, show someone's head being blown off or someone, like, being murdered on screen. And that's more acceptable than, like, showing someone having sex, which is a very natural, like, loving thing.
Right, like,
very
you're the one that makes
strange.
it nasty. It's just a natural thing. It's normal. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it. Like, all the people that are, like, talking shit and, like, being mean about it are hypocrites because they know what a woman's body looks like. It's not like it's anything you haven't seen before, and it's also, like, I mean, some of these guys, too, are, like, the biggest pigs I've ever met. Who are like,
know.
I'm going to unfollow you. You make me uncomfortable. I'm like, what the fuck?
Or it's like you don't respond to them or something, and all of a sudden, oh, you fucking bitch whore, like, you're nothing but a slut. And it's like, you literally, like, it's funny.
I had this one guy, I think I told you, but I don't, well, I might have posted about it because it was so ridiculous to me. This guy was like, on Instagram too, because like sometimes I'll like send stuff through Instagram and then just do the Cash App thing because OnlyFans like takes a little cut. So he was like, send me news. I was like, all right, this is the price. And he like got mad at me and was like, you think that your pussy's platinum? Like, what the fuck? You're not shit. And I'm like, dude, you approached me. I'm not being like door to door, like, do you want to buy my nudes? Do you want to buy my nudes? Do you want to see my pussy? Do you want to see my boobs, my asshole? I'm not doing that at all. I didn't think so. And you approached me. And then he also was like, these are nudes that I got for this much money. And he sent me all these pictures of these other girls. And I was like, fuck
That's
you,
so
dude.
fucked.
That is the worst shit. Don't ever do that. Oh my God.
That is like someone you need to like be, like, I would be scared of that man. Like, that's so aggressive. And for him to use other nudes against you is like, ugh, I don't know.
He sent me like 5 pictures of this girl, like tits, pussy spread, and like, I got this for $15. Fuck you. And I was like, whatever. I don't care. Like, I honestly, oh my God, like, get out of here. My pussy is platinum. I don't give a fuck. Get out of here. If it makes you that mad, just leave me alone.
Yeah. Golly. I'm kind of curious, what were you going to charge him?
I wish I could bring up what was I going to charge him that made him that mad?
Because I remember
probably
when
like $30 or something. Like, that's not bad.
No.
$30?
I remember when I first... For this pussy?
And I don't even think I was going to send a picture of... I forgot what he wanted a picture of. Depending on what you want, the prices are different. But I don't remember exactly what he wanted. I think he just said nudes in general, and I was like, this is this much, this is this much. And then he got very, very irritated with me.
Well, he's just mad that he's a broke-ass bitch.
I know. I think I told him that, too. I was like, just say you're broke.
Yeah, just admit it. I remember when I first started, I was much more expensive than I ended up being.
Tell me your rates.
I think at the
Tell me your rates.
At the beginning, I was literally selling like a 2-minute video for like $50. $50, Maria. And I think it was because I was so anxious and I thought this will only be worth it if I get a lot of money from it.
I kind of have the same mindset sometimes, but it depends on who I'm talking to, how much they buy from me. If they don't often, it's more expensive, but if they do more often, it's cheaper. It just depends.
I would never sell a video for $50 like again though. Like
really?
That's far too unless it's like 30 minutes long. Like that's how my mind works now. I like got so neutral about it just because I got more experience with it, that a 2-minute video I'll sell to you for like $10.
I remember when I first started, like, you know how on OnlyFans you could do like the pay to preview? So it's like you send somebody a message, but they have to pay to open the message.
Talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like literally charge like $5 to open a message with like no picture and I'm just saying something.
So, and they're like expecting a picture.
They're like, what the fuck are you doing? I think, and then I was like, one guy was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, okay, I know not to do that anymore. But at the same time, like in the beginning, we're like watching all these girls on YouTube that are like, I had an OnlyFans, I made $2,000 in 1 week and all I did was do bikini pictures. That's such bullshit, I realize now. Like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see me that bad.
Like I said, like, I remember this one guy, before I started doing like toy videos.
Okay.
I didn't want to do them at first because I wasn't confident with that part of my body yet. So I was like, I don't know how to video myself doing this without being uncomfortable with what I look like. So he asked for one, and I was like, I don't do that.
Okay.
And he was like, so am I going to get anything besides what you post on Instagram? And I was like,
He
well,
said
for one, I
that?
don't post. Yeah. And he was someone I knew as well from like fucking middle school or some shit. Like,
What were you
that's how
posting
long
on your OnlyFans at that point, though? Were you truly posting just stuff you would post on Instagram, or were... Yeah, no, you weren't. So what is he talking about?
I was posting like topless at least because it was at the very beginning.
Right, okay.
And I was like, and I said to him, I'm like, I don't post topless pictures on Instagram, obviously. And he was like, didn't mean to offend you. If you ever do that, let me know. And once I did start doing that, I didn't let him know.
That's what you get. I'll get offended too. Like, or if someone is like, that's how much you want, or is like, oh, the video is only this long, I'll unsend that shit so fast. I'm just going to unsend it. You don't get to see anything.
Yeah, like, thanks for the money. Like, you can or you can like let your month run out. Bye. I don't care. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I definitely got more comfortable with what I would produce, and also just figured out how to videotape myself and make it look really good. And then I felt good about it and edit it and stuff. I would edit it a little bit and like, I'd be like, hell yeah, I want to sell this because I look fucking awesome in it.
Yeah, I haven't put a single thing out that was like, like I really do think that I look pretty in it. So it's like anyone that goes on there, I wouldn't be like, oh, I wouldn't want them to see it. I mean, unless it's like about like someone at my work, I guess. That's kind of my secret life. I don't think anyone at my work knows about it.
That was a weird thing for me because I didn't want anyone at my job to find out. And I remember my manager finding out. I had blocked him on everything.
How did he find out?
I don't know.
What?
I think maybe someone said it to him because I had told my girlfriends there because they're like my friends, you know. And I talked to them about it because I was like, I'm thinking about doing this. And I remember he messaged me and said, I know what you're doing.
Oh my God, that's really, really scary, Stacy. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What'd you say? What? What am I doing?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? And he wouldn't say it. And I was like, I said, well, I deserve to know who told you. You should at least tell me that. And he was like, I'm not going to tell you. And then he said, I know you blocked me on everything. That's okay. And I was like, yeah, I blocked you because I didn't want you to fucking subscribe.
To avoid this whole situation, yeah.
And obviously, he made me feel so awkward. If he ever sees this, like, stay away from him.
Oh, God. Do you think he ever subscribed?
Like,
no, you've told me about him before. I know that you hate him.
Fucking probably. He probably did.
He probably did. He knows what you're doing.
Did. Yeah, I know you're doing this.
In detail. Oh, my gosh. That's so crazy. Yeah. I remember, I think that I think you started a little bit before me, and then I was, like, shortly behind you. Mm-hmm. And I remember you and I also both live in, like, different towns than people that we know.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that we know is in a different town, which I think has been, like, my saving grace a little bit. I could, like, pretty much go out and not worry about, like, running into somebody that's gonna, like, judge me too hard or, like, give me those looks or, God forbid, like, sought after me in, like, a predatory way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel pretty safe at home. But shortly after we had done that was our friend Jake's birthday party where we were gonna see everybody. And I was kind of nervous and, like, didn't really know, like, how people were going to act around us. Or I guess just me. I remember one girl that was there, I felt like she had, like, looked at me and, like, didn't say anything. And in my head, I was like, oh my God, she fucking hates me now. She just hates me now. Ugh. But then later she was like, oh, hey, I saw you and I like didn't say hey. And it was just weird. Like, did you have to think if you still liked me or not? And that's been a whole different like beast of like, I feel like I'm losing friends over it. I feel like people have lost respect for me or feel like I'm just somebody completely different because I have engaged in OnlyFans or sex work in general of just pictures and videos of myself.
I'm kind of grateful for that though, because I'm like weeding out the people who I don't need in my life anyways. Like, it's hurtful because you would think of these people as your friends, but if they can't support women or whoever decides to get involved in sex work, then they're obviously someone I don't really want to be friends with.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
that's a very important thing to me.
You're right. And you have always been there for me and being like, Maria, it doesn't matter. Like, don't let that bother you. But it has, I've gotten over it a little bit more, but it did bother me a lot at the beginning. I remember constantly feeling like I had to like defend myself and being like, fuck anybody that says that you don't support sex work. Like, these women are just like normal women. Like, you and I are just like normal girls that happen to do this. Like, it's not like we're not fucking prostitutes. We're not even like really porn stars. I don't really think of myself as a porn star, really. Not really.
No.
And it's like, I see people, like, questioning me or, like, unfollowing me. I don't know. And I hate that, too. Like, the fact that I get so upset over the fact that, like, one of my friends unfollowed me, that shouldn't matter. And that was a whole other thing, too, of something that I had to get over. Like, it's, like, the validation thing and, like, needing support from people. Like, it shouldn't matter that much if someone unfollows me. But I think so, too, that I've never been a controversial person. I've always been, like... very agreeable and very neutral of like, people are probably going to like me. Not many people have problems with me at all because I've never been really challenging in any way. But now I have been. And like, I remember like trying to tell my one friend who I thought he thought it'd be cool. I thought he'd be like, hell yeah, you're like making money for that? That's sick. Good for you. And he was like, I think that whole thing is like contributing to rape culture. And I was like, fuck, like you've been my friend for a really long time. And you think I'm contributing to rape culture because I'm like making money from just pictures?
To rape culture?
Yeah. Have you ever had that thrown in your face before? Because it does not feel good at all.
I've never heard that towards me. Like, I don't know, like, I've heard the whole, like, you're supporting, like, porn industry and you're supporting, like, women being mistreated.
You're supporting your own version of the porn industry that's reinventing the bad parts of it. And I feel like people don't get that. I am very safe in my house with my own camera or my significant other who I trust, who is good to me, who is kind to me, who does not wish any bad on me. And no one's making me do this. I'm doing it at my own free will, and I'm in charge of, like, who sees it for the most part and what I get for it. Like, I'm completely in charge. And the reason why those other porn platforms, like Pornhub, for example, who's getting a lot of shit right now, is so bad is because, like, these girls are, like, in bad situations and forced to do stuff that they don't want to do, and they're being exploited against their will. This was my decision to do, and yeah, like, it's all me. There's no one making me do this. Like, I'm fine. It's two totally different things, and by you hating on OnlyFans so much, I think you're, like, really holding back that reinvention of porn that is very much needed.
Yeah. If anything, we are being the progressive ones to, like, get away from rape culture.
I think so too. I think it's totally opposite. And why is there that huge misconnect? Why can't they see that? It's very frustrating to me.
Because I think it's very implanted in people to be scared of sex. And I know some of our friends have stopped following us because it's something they don't want to see.
Something they don't want to see.
Yeah. And I would love to know, with these people coming at you with these comments and people unfollowing us, what is your search history look like? Are you on Pornhub looking at these videos? Because I guarantee you they are on at least some form of a platform, not paying for porn, watching just whoever it could be, which on Pornhub, it's proven that a lot of those girls are underage.
Yeah.
And a lot of that shit is pedophilia.
It's really coming to the surface lately, too, especially. Like, they're getting a lot of shit.
So I feel like just like how I used to be hypocritical, these people are more than likely 100% being hypocritical. You know they fucking watch porn. You know they're not just sitting in their room being like little fucking angel. I think the only reason that they're upset with you particularly is because they view sex as like a naughty thing or a bad thing that they're ashamed of. So they should be ashamed of you for doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Which is fucked, but it's like internalized, like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know what to compare it to. It's just internalized misogyny.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which I mean, I get that. Like, some people might disagree with me, but I consider my relationship very monogamous. Some people will be like, fuck you, bitch. Like, you're on OnlyFans. You're a prostitute. And I'm like, no, I actually am a good girl. I have not slept with many people even. And I have been in a monogamous, practically marital relationship for years.
Yeah. I know. It's so funny. but as soon as you, like, want to, like, make money off of this thing that both you and your partner are comfortable with, you're like, people see us as like trashy or like that we've sold out or something.
Yeah.
But really what I feel like I've done is like give myself complete power over things. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm in complete control. And instead of someone, I don't know, I feel like in a lot of cases there has been these stories, especially overseas, where young girls will be kind of cornered into sending men nudes, and those nudes will then be used against them, and other acts will be performed because they're scared of those nudes being leaked, and it's like this vicious cycle. And there was a man in Korea recently who had been caught doing this horrible thing on this website, and there had been so many cases of these women who had been kind of blackmailed by these nudes that they were promised money for because they're starving and they need to feed their families, but then forced to feel like this is going to ruin your life if I let it go, so keep giving me more content or do this and this and this for me, or else I will hurt you with it. This is what I'm trying and we're trying to combat. Like,
yeah.
No one should have the power over women in that sort of way, or girls. Like, these are literal girls at points. And it's like, for you to think that I am contributing to rape culture, just, you're not educated, and fuck you, honestly.
Yeah,
educate yourself.
I feel like I lost a friend over that. Like, that really did hurt my feelings.
Do I know who this person is? I mean,
yeah.
Okay. Because I don't remember this.
And he's a boy.
Yeah.
Not a girl.
Wolf. Interesting. Okay.
But what else was I gonna say? This is what I want. I am hoping, like, okay, like, sex work and like selling nudes is like becoming mainstream, more and more mainstream. I mean, there's people that are like so shocked by it still, but I'm hoping that it becomes so mainstream that like that girl that is like worried that her life is going to be ruined over her nudes being leaked, that's not going to be a big deal anymore, because, you know, there's so many girls that put their nudes out there willingly. Like, why is that a big deal? As opposed to like us in high school, if a girl's nudes got leaked, everyone saw and they'd be like, slut, 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 slut. But, you know, like, everyone's doing it. So what's the big deal?
I love also that we're kind of reclaiming the word slut and hoe and using it as like a term of like power now. I really am excited about that. Like, if someone were to call me a slut or hoe, I would never be hurt by that at this point. Back in the day, I probably would have been, but I think things are slowly changing. Just like in any case where a word is used against somebody, when they reclaim it, has so much more power. If it's racist, if it's homophobic, whatever. And I feel like as women, reclaiming those words is like, I don't know, it's fucking awesome. And like, I'll call myself a slut and a hoe all day, and I like love it.
Good for you. I mean, there's part of that I've always admired, to like have hoe tendencies or something that you could turn on and off, or like to have the power to like seduce somebody like that. It's very powerful.
Yeah. And as women, like, we are so fucking powerful. Yeah. And I love that I'm not scared of that anymore like I used to be. Like, I'm like totally beautiful women now. I would never even follow people on Instagram that intimidated me. And now it's like a main part of my feed. Like, I need that inspiration.
Exactly.
From these beautiful, powerful women who like are fucking bad as fuck.
Exactly. And then too, it's so confusing because like so many people will be like, you know, they want that from women. They want the sexy side. They want the hoe slut side of like, you got to look good. You got to do this. Your ass has to be this big. Your waist has to be this small. Blah, 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 blah. You have to be sexy for your man, whatever. And then like when you do that, it's like, oh no, I only wanted you to do it when I said that I wanted you to do it, not when you want to do it. And it's like, what? Like you asked this of me for years and for so long. I grew up thinking that I had to be like this sexy girl, and it made me so depressed that I wasn't. And now that I'm trying to be, it's like you get so much backlash from it.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's so on their terms, and it's like the fact that we're doing it on our terms, like the main phrase here is on our terms. It's such a big issue.
That's what's making them upset. That's what's making them mad.
It makes them so mad. They don't want us to be in charge, I guess.
I don't fucking know. That's like their own weird power struggle with their masculinity, I guess. And I say masculinity because 99% of subscribers to my OnlyFans were men.
Yeah. I think I had one girl, but they're all guys for the most part.
I think I might have had one girl. But I also was so scared that I honestly thought that someone was tricking me.
I've thought that too.
Saying they were female to kind of make me more comfortable.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know how. You know what I mean? Like being like, yeah, I'm this and this, and like sending me photos. I did not ask for them. Sending me photos,
unsolicited.
And I'm thinking, are you just a man sending me someone else's photos that were sent to you?
Oh, God, like, really?
I got like scared about that, and I ended up blocking them. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's very much dominated by men, and I think that's why I keep saying masculine. Anyways, but yeah, that did freak me out.
It's more of a guy thing to do, I guess.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. What is your feedback from women about selling nudes?
For me, it's been mostly good. I haven't heard a lot back from women. I've heard a couple of things, like someone who had been selling nudes to kind of raise money for the Black Lives Matter movement. I like congratulated them.
Okay.
And she said, coming from you, that's such a big compliment. Like, I think of you as like, yeah. And like that kind of, I was like, oh, that's really sweet, because I never really hear anything from girls. Girls are never really the ones to give me feedback. Sometimes they're like, you're like powerful and stuff, but it's usually men. You guys, of course, you and Lane have been very supportive, and you're kind of my only two very present female people in my life. Yeah. So it's been mostly good, I think.
I guess, yeah, same, like you and Lane are like my like actual keep up all the time real friends, as opposed to everybody else. They're kind of just like inside of the internet, because like I live so far away. Like I haven't really been good at like making new friends. So a lot of my friends that I do have are like, you know, through social media. So that's like a big part of my world. I think that's part of why I get so upset when people unfollow me over stuff like that too, is because like if you unfollow me, you're like kind of kicking me out of your life in a weird way.
Yeah.
And blah, 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 blah.
No, but, for sure. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. I had a conversation with one girl who was like, you know, she's married. She's a good girl. She doesn't really do thirst traps or anything like that. She's like one of those girls, if she posts a selfie, she would be like, oh, maybe I'll delete this later. You know, like a very shy,
Aww.
but very pretty girl. And she kind of like had a conversation with me. And at the end, she was like, I didn't really think about it like that, but that's really awesome that like you're doing it. So whenever you could like change somebody's mind who maybe thought of it as like a rape culture thing to being like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. That's really cool. You know, that's nice. And then, like, you know, other OnlyFans girls, I feel like we kind of, like, created some, like, instant sisterhood of, like, oh, you do this too? Like, you kind of know, like, what I go through too, probably, with, like, you know, the guys and then the backlash or whatever people say, blah, 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 blah. So that was nice, too. I feel like I made friends in that way.
Yeah, we get messages being like, hey, are you liking OnlyFans? Like, are you doing well with it? And I would tell them, like, my pros and cons about it. And I remember one of our friends ended up making one after we both did. And, well, a girl we know. I mean, we kind of, I guess we're friends.
Yeah.
But I felt good kind of, like, giving people the confidence to go for it.
Right.
That made me feel good.
And I think so, too, because we're just normal girls doing it.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're, like, going off the rails and doing something extreme. Like, anybody could do this. Every woman has sexuality to her.
Yeah.
So I think that we should embrace it and not hide it or feel bad for it or get mad when other people do it. Remember when that one fucking bitch who I seriously fucking hate was like, this is what she said that pissed me off. Like, I posted this status that was like don't hate on fucking sex workers because like they don't want to steal your boyfriend, and like there's so many other girls who are like literally cheating on their boyfriends and like doing horrible things, very toxic, manipulative things for free, and it's not their job. They just want to do it.
Yeah.
And this one girl who was like, ironically, like one of those toxic girls that I'm talking about, was like, okay, the one thing that stood out to me was when she was like, what you're doing is a big fuck you to women.
Ugh. I remember. Okay, yeah, for a second I thought it was someone else, but I know who it is now.
And I was like, I was mad. I was like really upset too because like, I don't know, I'm insecure enough to like believe it for a second and being like, what? Even though like women mean so much to me, to have like women's support and to have women's friends and to have women on my side who like me for what I do, that means so much to me. I don't want to just like do shit to serve men. I want women on my side too. That means so much to me.
Yeah.
And the fact that people say that, I was like, what? What the fuck are you doing for women, bitch?
No, for real. Like one of the most women I have ever met.
Yeah.
Saying that to you, like I wanted to like burst out of my skin. I was so upset reading that shit. And I remember we both kind of rebutted, and I think that was insecurities coming out.
Of her?
Yeah. Being nervous about whoever may be seeing you or whoever may be.
So she was you maybe like 6-7 years ago? Psh, shut the fuck up. Grow up. You're a grown-ass woman.
I would have never been on someone's post doing that, even if that's how I felt inside. I think that she like just wanted to be mean. She's just a mean girl.
Yeah, she's just fucking mean. And she has always been like mean to me and like very subtle ways, but it sucks because I've always been nice to her because she's friends with some of our friends. And, like, sometimes I'd have to be around her and I'd be nicer. And then that was kind of just, like, the final straw where I'm like, oh, my God, like, you really are the worst. I try to give you so many second chances because I am so sweet naturally. I really am. I don't want to be like, fuck you, bitch. I hate you, you fucking demon. But, like, you hurt my feelings.
I don't know if people do. I wonder how people perceive me, you, and Lane. Like, do you think they think of us as nice girls? Because we are seriously so nice.
Yeah, I'm really fucking nice, dude. I feel like I'm nice
people
to
think
everybody.
We're, like, mean?
I think that some people think that posting nudes and doing sex work is some way mean because it interferes with their relationship. Or the possibility that it would interfere with their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Like,
I literally used to think
we've been
that
there,
way.
yeah. But it's like, I don't know. I thought that we were like a little bit more grown up. I thought that we were at least mature enough to handle it. I did not expect it, or else I would have been more hesitant probably because I have that part of me that's like, I want people to like me. Yeah, I had to get over that, which I'm glad.
With that person, particularly though, I thought was so confident.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And now I see that they are not at all.
Yeah.
And I hope they find confidence, and I hope they can find a better way of being. But at this point, I just think of you as a bitch.
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, she was never nice to us. She never was really nice to us and always kind of looked at us weird.
Yeah.
Almost like she's better than us or something, and it's like, what?
Which I really do think she's absolutely gorgeous. But the spirit inside of her makes me think that she is so ugly.
Yeah. Ugly spirit, definitely. Oh my God.
I'm sick of these ugly spirits. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm sick of it too. I like got in my feelings. I remember like crying out to you. I was crying tears out in public talking to you about this. And you were like, fuck you. Night. Or not fuck me, but fuck them. Like, don't let them get to you. Like, you are so much more than that, which is true. And I don't know what I would do if I like didn't have you in my ear like saying that. I'd be so sad. Like parts of it had made me so sad, honestly. And that's probably like one of the cons, I would say.
Yeah.
Like you really have to let go what other people think. And I don't think I was 100% ready to do that at first. And I had to maybe midway be like, okay, I don't anymore. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I'm so like able to brush it off. We're just different. And I'm glad that I can at least be there to be like, Maria, like you are so much more than they'll ever be. Like, don't fucking worry about it. It's tough though.
I feel like I've come a little bit more of a way. I'm a little bit closer to your side now than like whenever I was crying a couple months ago. I wouldn't cry over it now.
We were really drunk too.
I was, yeah. I was.
I was too.
You're like, fuck
I remember you being so like hazy and so like unsure of what's going on and just being like, no, wait, fuck that.
Yeah.
That was a really fun night.
Yeah, we did have a lot of fun. I really needed that.
Yeah, me too.
But yes, I do have a better confidence now overall than I did before. I was a little unsure of myself and like more of a mentality of like, who would want to see my body? And now I'm like, okay, all these guys want to see my body. And they tell me specifically what they like about it.
Yeah.
Which has been nice.
Love it.
Which has been nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had
all
any
the things,
like scary incidences though?
The only thing that I think I've said to you before is I'm very cautious of age.
Yeah.
I really don't want anybody under the age of 18. That's even weird to me, but I need you to be a fucking adult to be on my page. So if someone subscribes and even their photo looks young, I will block them immediately.
Have you had to do that before?
Yeah, like I remember someone subscribed, and in their photo I couldn't really tell, which really is funny because you don't even have to put a photo on there. You don't
No.
have to put a name.
Most people
So
don't
I don't know.
put photos or their real name.
In my mind, it's like, what really am I preventing? But if I see a photo though and you look young, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to talk to you. And even on Instagram, like, people, like, if I would be selling something through Instagram, like, if I looked through your Instagram and I couldn't tell how old you were, or I couldn't tell you were an adult, I'd block you.
I mean, you gotta
So
be
that's the only thing that
careful.
really freaks me out a little bit. I don't like that. But actual, like, fear or anything, or actual, like, worry, I've never really ran into.
That's good.
I remember this one guy who came into my work. When he subscribed, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna actually probably see this guy and I'm gonna have to, like, deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
but that quickly faded. And then if I did see him, I would just talk to him like normal.
It wasn't
and we
weird?
We just had like a normal friendship, and we knew our little secret.
He didn't talk to you different? He wasn't like, hey, Stacy. Well, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want that at all.
Yeah. No, he didn't talk to me differently, but he would tip me more.
Cool.
So that was good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was nice. But yeah, that's really it. And also, I think about when we do see people later on, like, I think about, for some reason, the opening of Mosey's.
Oh, yeah.
When that potentially happens and we go, I know I'm going to see so many people that sub to me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be in a good space, though, where I'm not going to worry about it as much as, like, Jake's party being like, oh, my God, who here doesn't like me? But,
oh, yeah.
I'm going to be, like, way
I'm
better
excited,
about it.
kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm excited to, like, look over and be like, I know, bitch. I know.
Oh my
I know
God.
all y'all know.
I know all y'all know. I know, right? That's so crazy.
Anyways.
I feel like...
Yeah, nothing bad. Have you had anything bad or scary?
I mean, not like really, really scary, but just things that like made me like think twice, I would say. Remember that one guy that you and I were talking about who like messaged us both?
Yeah.
This guy was like, I want to be your sugar daddy, which has happened to me several times. A guy will message me and be like, I want to be your sugar daddy. And I'm like, all right, sure, that's totally fine. But my terms, if that's what you want to do, is I'm never going to see you. Like you have to only, I have a life,
online.
I have a relationship, and I don't want to like sexually engage with you at all. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to see you. You could watch me live my life through Instagram and like spoil me all you want if that's what you're into. Sure. But that, that never works out. All these guys have fell through. He was like, I want to be your sugar daddy. I also want to like cam with you, but I don't show my face. And that kind of freaks me out. And he also told me that he was a different age than he told you, which I thought that was really weird.
Yeah, I remember we were texting about that one day, and I was like, because I posted, I think, on Instagram, I was like, sugar daddy wanted, like, inquire within, kind of like funny thing.
Yeah.
And he had messaged me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to this guy, and let's see what happens. And I asked him how old he was, and he told me 47 or something.
Uh-huh.
And he said, but if you want someone older, I know someone. And in that moment, I thought, you're just going to go under a different Instagram handle and then message me again, acting like this older guy. I was like, no, you don't know anyone. Why would you ever like let some guy know, like, hey, I know a girl if you want her. Like,
I know a sugar baby.
So then,
that's weird.
I know a sugar baby that wants a guy your age. Like, come on. And then we like stopped talking because he said he wouldn't show his face. And I was like, I need to see your face because I'm not gonna like risk you being some like fucking 13-year-old kid on the other side of that fucking camera. Like, that's not worth it to me. So I need to see who the fuck you are. And he said no, unless I'm willing to go on dates. And I'm like, I'm not gonna meet you. I don't
want to go on a fucking date, dude. Did you say I'm not gonna fuck you? I'm not doing it. You said that?
I said I'm not meeting in person.
Yeah.
I will cam with you I'll cam with you once a week and send you pics and videos for a certain price monthly, but I am not going to meet you in person. I don't want you knowing where I am.
Yeah.
And then we started talking, and I was like, ask him how old he is, because I want to know if he like tells you something different. He told me he's 47, and you're like, Stacy.
He told me he's
He told me
36.
he was 36.
Yeah. Why?
And we like immediately debunked it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think he's legit. I literally think he maybe likes to toy with people and just talk about, talk this big game or something.
I think so too, because he has never like messaged me again after that.
Me either.
Your mind always
So
too
weird.
goes to like, oh, they're underage. My mind goes to, this is someone who is gonna like fully take my content and like use it against me, like sending it to somebody for free, or like being someone in my life that could like really, really fuck me over in some way. I don't know who that would be, if that person exists, but that's just what I think. That they're just trying to like...
That. It's funny that we have like different like things that like alerts that go off.
They're 13. Oh, no, they're going to ruin my life. Oh, God.
I just get really scared about that, because I know that would make me feel so horrible to find out that happened.
I had to drop my car off at this car place to get my car fixed a few months ago, before the whole OnlyFans venture and everything. And I called a Lyft because my car was going to be in the shop. I had to get back to my house. And I get a Lyft driver, and it's like, blah, blah, blah is 1 minute away. And it's this guy that like happened to be getting his car serviced, who is like about to leave. And he's a Lyft driver. So he's my Lyft driver. And it turned out it's like some guy that I knew from like school in our hometown, who like lives here now. And I was like, whoa, this is weird. I mean, I don't really talk to you often, but I mean, he also kind of talked to me like we were closer than we were, and I don't really like know much of, like, he was like, you remember my best friend, blah, 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 and was like talking about this guy, and I was like, no, I don't know who you're talking about at all. And like, I don't know, it's just like weird. And I remember like he told me this weird story in the car. He was like, I was like trying to make small talk with him, and I was like, oh, do you like ever get like weird people, you know, that you give rides to? And he was like, yeah, one time, this was so weird. He was like, this was so weird. I had this guy and a girl, and they were in the back seat, and the girl was saying to her guy friend or boyfriend or whatever, was like, do guys like when girls squirt? I know, you gotta like rub your head. And the driver is telling me this story, and the guy's like, no. And then the driver is like, who I'm with, is like, yeah, we hate that. It's like messy. I know, it's so funny. And I'm listening to the story, and he's telling me it's so weird that the guy was saying that, but in this moment, he's telling me the story now, and it's weird that he's telling me this. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, now you're the weird storyteller, because you're in detail telling me about like the squirting, and like if I was a different person who would be offended by that, like that would be like total no-no. But I was just like, well, what about when guys come? It gets everywhere. What do you mean? And he was like, yeah, I didn't really think about it that way. But it was obvious that he just wanted to talk about fucking squirting and coming and sex. Weird, huh?
Weird.
So he drops me off at my home. He knows where I live. And he's like, let's hang out sometime. And I'm like, okay. Well, he like subscribed to my OnlyFans. And he was like,
subscribed to mine
he was
too.
like, honestly, when I was in the car with you, I really wanted to fuck. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Did you get the impression I wanted to? Because I didn't. And then he'll be like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to hang out? Like, he lives in my town, and he knows where I live because he dropped me off. And I was like, oh, I actually moved. I told him I moved.
Okay, good for you. Good. And you are going to be moving, so that's good.
I told him I moved to a different town.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's fucking weird, because obviously, like, are you that unexperienced to where, are you that curious that you want to hear a girl's perspective on this? Or are you literally just trying to hear your rebuttal because it does something for you?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would think. Like, he wants to hear you say something about sex.
Yeah. Oh, I squirt all the time. Was that what you wanted?
I squirt, so is that weird?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was really, really weird. You know that guy too, I think.
And he's weird.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay. So you do remember who I'm talking about. Oh my God.
Yes.
So weird. And then, okay, there's this other instant where, like, there's this other guy that I talked to, and you know how you, like, bullshit with people because you're, like, trying to just, like, go along with the fantasy? I mean, part of it is talking to people, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you, like, act like they're, like, you like them, too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you don't think that, like, the strippers
Why would
are
I
trying to
treat-
get in a relationship with you, or that the prostitutes are trying to like you like that. You know, it's just part of the job. It's like an act. We're like acting.
Yeah, exactly.
We're acting.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, we are.
I'm not like typically this like confident. I mean, I am confident, but I don't like in my everyday life casually talk about like sex and stuff like I would on OnlyFans.
Totally. Yeah.
Like I'm like that's an act. That is just almost a character of a person. Do you feel that way?
For sure. Oh, yeah, because, I mean, if you were to look through my OnlyFans and see what I, like, title my posts as...
You don't talk like
I
that.
sound like a... Fuck no, I've never said that once in my life, but to get a man's attention, I know what to say.
Exactly, Stacy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got in... I mean, I don't know if it's a predicament, but it's just one of those things that got me thinking twice. This one guy was like, I really, like, want to run into you. I want to, like, see you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then he's like, how much would it be to, like, fuck you just one time? Just have sex with you one time? Which I'm sure you've gotten that question, too.
Oh, so much.
And I'm like, okay? So I'm not going to be like... Oh my God, no. Even though in my head, like, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go along with it because part of me, it's like the work and I like want you to stay subscribed. I'm like trying to keep you enticed. I mean, to a certain degree. Anyway, I told him $1,000. I'm just trying to think of like a crazy number, okay?
Yeah.
Have I ever done this in my life? No. Have I ever charged a man anything to have sex with me? No, I haven't. But I tell him $1,000. And then a couple weeks later, he is like, I just want you to know I'm saving and I have about $900 saved and I'm almost there. And that kind of was a little red flag to me.
Ooh.
And I was like,
yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, is that a little scary?
What was your response?
I was like, would you be mad if I chickened out? And he was like,
What'd he say?
He's like, no, but I'm hoping you don't. And I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna stay home even more, I guess. I don't know.
This is someone that you has said that he's close by?
I'm not
or
sure.
Or is that like...
He just says...
Or is that...
He just said, vaguely, I hope I run into you. Some people don't even know I've moved away from Panama City.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I'm not really sure.
I mean, I literally put like... I remember this guy asked me for that too, and I was like, $5,000.
$5,000?
Like,
yeah, I should have said that. I think 1,000's low now.
Well, I just was like, I want him to know that I don't do that. Kind of. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, $5,000. And he was like, damn, that's kind of steep. But he was like, but good luck. He was really nice about it.
I feel like at first the guy was like, oh, that's kind of steep. Like, you must be really classy, blah, 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 blah. I like that you like hold yourself to that standard. And then all of a sudden he's like saving up money. And I did not think, because he was like, oh, that's a little steep for me. So I thought that was kind of the final thing. And then he's like, but then I'm like, are they acting too? Should I just not take it that seriously?
Yeah. You never know.
I don't know.
But as long as you don't ever get it to the point where it's going to be a meetup, I think it's fine to string them along. If they're saving, then they got an extra $900 in their savings account. They can use it on their bills.
Yeah, I told Jevin that today too, and he was like, yeah, just say, well, I'm glad you're saving money.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Do you remember that one time that guy asked me, I didn't know what this was, but he was like, how much for a scat video?
A scat video. What the fuck is that?
And
Yeah,
so
you're like scatting.
yeah,
in the video.
I'm like, do that.
It's like 3 minutes of just
hilarious.
that. It's $50, bitch.
So I was like, and then I went to Urban Dictionary and I typed in what's scat, and it is like shitting on video. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have part to add.
Yeah. Okay. And I said, I figured out what it meant, and I went back to him and I was like, I've never done that, and I will definitely let you know if I'm ever comfortable with it. And he said, okay, let me know. And no, if that is your kink, if you are into that, if you're into piss play, shit play, whatever, no offense. The only thing that I have a problem with is there being a video of me in the world shitting. If I was behind closed doors and my partner wanting to get into this shit, maybe I don't know, it's a big maybe. But
someone you loved wanted it, maybe.
But I am not okay with a video of me shitting to be in the world. That's like where my mind was like, no. Isn't that funny?
Well, when you picture it, did you picture like your face in it?
No,
or just someone having it and being like, this is Stacy. I mean, if your face is in it, you could just be like, that's not me.
I guess it doesn't really matter, but in my mind, I was like, there's no way I'm letting that out into the world. I don't know why.
I mean, that's your boundary. I 100% understand. You should just stick with that. That's fine. Don't question it. I think you should just stick with that. I remember when we were like, how do we get fans? How do we get fans? What if we like went on Omegle and like video chatted with people and be like, oh, tease, I'm cute, I'm pretty. Hey, I also have an OnlyFans, so like get on there. So like I tried that and I met like the weirdest motherfuckers. One of them was a guy that was like, I want a video of, I don't even know how he worded it. He didn't say scat though, but he basically wanted to see me like fucking take a shit on camera too. Like that's a thing.
Yeah, people are into it. It's a kink.
And he was like, this is my email. You could email it to me. And I was like, what? And then you quickly like next, I like went on. But I was like thinking about it. And I was like, what would that even fucking look like?
Yeah.
And so, so I was so curious that I went to the bathroom and...
You did not.
I literally took a video of like me on the toilet and I like have my phone and I'm like this. I just don't want my face to be in it. And so I like did it and then I like looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's fucking weird.
I imagined, that's amazing that you did that. I imagined him wanting me to like go like on the floor or something. So I like imagine like squatting and like just making a mess.
Mine is like on an actual toilet and like a very close, tight shot of like exactly what's happening. You can't tell who it is.
I mean, maybe. It's funny, like I didn't really think about not knowing who it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. No, don't try it. I would never do it again, and I don't think I'm gonna be sending that. And no one else has asked me that. It's just that one guy. But it's funny that we both had that questioned us, like if we would do that.
People like it. People love messy stuff. People love like spit and squirt and like for that guy to be like, we don't like that. That's what I'm like, you're a fucking liar. Men love when women squirt. It's like a fucking proven fact.
I know. I was like, what are you guys talking about? No, we hate it. Gets messy and ruins the sheets. And I was like, guys come and it gets all over my fucking face and hair and the sheets and everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, and when it gets in your eye, it hurts really bad.
In my eye? Yeah, like, seriously.
I seriously hate that more than anything. I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, don't you fucking do it. I'm like, because I can't go to bed. I can't sleep. I can't close my eyes and go to sleep because my eyes hurt so bad.
Oh my God. I haven't had it in my eye too bad, I guess.
Oh, God damn, I have.
It does not sound fun.
It burns. It burns.
No more shit videos for us, though.
Yeah, no more shit videos. Maybe peeing. Maybe I'll pee in the shower. But I am not currently doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, talk to me about that. Why did you decide to delete your account? What was the leading up thinking process to that?
Literally, the only reason I stopped is nothing really personal that kind of led me to stop. It was more of I am now receiving unemployment, and I got nervous about being audited about extra money that I was receiving.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want that to come back and bite me in the butt, and I don't want them to be like, wait, but what's this? So that's the only reason I stopped. And maybe once I stop receiving unemployment and I go back to working a normal job, I'll probably start up again or do something again. I've thought about like maybe going different routes because I know there's multiple platforms now that isn't only OnlyFans. So
yeah,
that's it. That's no personal reason of wanting to stop. Also, like I've realized now that it's so easy to not do anything. Like it got to a point where it was like work.
Yeah.
Like, I have to.
It is work because
today.
You have to make the content. You have to be consistent. Like, if you're going to take it very seriously, you have to like keep people engaged and like give them what they want. I mean, we know girls that stay home and raise kids on doing sex work only. And like, can you imagine? Especially now, I was like, oh, that's cool. That seems easy. And then I realized how much fucking work goes into it. So much
time.
And God forbid some guy wants something so specific and you have to like take time out of doing that. I did this one app for a little bit called, and I told you about it, it's called like You and Me. I heard about it from another like OnlyFans friend. And it's like an app on your phone where you like video chat with people. That was a little bit worse as opposed to like taking so much time and like literally waiting on someone to be live in person. I don't really like that. And I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
It was okay. It's like you get money for like every minute you're on video. So I would just like dance or like shake my ass or do something crazy. But usually they're only on the phone with you for like a few minutes and then they're over it.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah, I got kind of tired of like taking requests. Like, not saying I wouldn't again, but I like literally would just resend videos instead of making new videos. I would just like be like, did I send that to him yet?
I do that all the time.
I'm gonna send it to him.
I do that all the time.
And if they're like, make me something special of you doing this, I'm like, okay, you're getting a video from like 2 months ago.
Yeah, or something you sent to somebody
Special
else.
delivery.
And it's like, oh yeah, this is for only you. Sorry.
I would try to go as long as possible without making content because sometimes you just don't feel like masturbating and sometimes you just don't feel like being sexy.
I think it does take a lot out of you sometimes.
Yeah, like I kind of got sick of that. Sometimes I'd even take just pictures with no face because I didn't feel like putting makeup on. Not saying that you have to wear makeup, of course you don't, but I just feel more confident with it. I would just take or use a filter and take like a 15-second video on Instagram or some shit and post it. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of tiring in that way. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely post way less, and I was even talking to you of like, hey, like, how do you go about deleting this account? But I think just in general, I haven't written it off. It's just something that I have to take in waves throughout my life, and there's no way I could do it 365 all around the year, all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice especially for like a little...
You're working again.
Yeah. It's nice for a little extra change, but I mean, especially with the quarantine, we were like going pretty hard with it at first.
Yeah.
At the beginning of it.
Yeah. That was, I really I like used my time and like really grinded on that for the first half of quarantine. But now that, remember when we thought quarantine was going to be like 2 weeks?
Yeah. I do. And I'm fucking sick of this now. I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, I'm not saying I'm not wearing my mask. I'm wearing my masks and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm even getting on to other people about the masks and shit. If you think that's annoying, I don't give a fuck. I just want this to be over. And I want to, like, see you guys and not being like, should we be hanging out?
Yeah. I feel like with people, some people I follow, I'll see them doing stuff. And I'm like, I think that some people are trying to make me feel bad about not working right now and not like going out right now. And I'm like kind of getting like this weird, like, should I feel weird about not doing it since everyone else is going back to work? Like, they're trying to make me feel like I'm like lazy or something.
I don't think that.
And I just don't.
I feel like you wouldn't be getting unemployment if you were lazy. They'd be like, no, you're not getting it. You can go back to work. But obviously they didn't think that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to let them. It makes me sad though. Like, people with kids that I follow are like out at bars and like don't have a mask on. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Everyone's. Anyway. But yeah,
But I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy controversial one.
Yeah. I'm the one staying home and trying to protect others, but I'm weird because I'm like still taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever. Fuck these hoes.
Fuck these hoe ass bitch.
Oh my god. Anyway, I am very glad that I have sold my nudes. I think it's like one of the best things I've ever done, honestly. And I'm glad that I have you to like talk to all the logistics about, and that we could support each other and ensure each other that we're not crazy or bad people. We're just normal people trying to get that coin, trying to spread a little body positivity for God's sakes and normalize nudity. Nudity should be so out there that you see it and you're not offended by it. It should be something that you look at and you're like, oh yeah, that's a person. That's what they look like.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I hope.
Hopefully one day.
That's what I want.
I hope that can happen one day. I don't know if it'll be in our lifetime. Maybe by the end of our lives.
Probably when we're on our deathbeds.
Yeah. Our nurse comes in and she's just naked and I'm just like, finally.
That would be really nice. That'd be really nice. Man.
Yeah. I feel like we're so used to being clothed that it's scary to be naked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, like, selling nude, it's still like, oh man, they're seeing me naked. But hopefully one day, like, Instagram won't have these fucking laws where you can't even, like, show, like, a glimpse of your nipple through, like, a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But also, the people out there reporting that shit, like, fuck you. Fuck you.
I have never done that in my life, reported anything, really. So I can't imagine how mad you'd have to be to, like, report this girl. Because I don't want my boyfriend to see it.
Yeah, like, oh my God, get it down. Take it away. But that just sucks because a lot of people will use so much time and energy trying to build their social media platforms, and then someone can report somebody over and over again and just get it taken from them.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Don't do that, dude. Don't be doing that out there. You need to, like...
Yeah, just, like...
face your demons, figure out why you're doing that shit, why you're so angry about this person's existence that you feel like you have to tear them down like that, and, like, fix your fucking issues, dude.
And at the same time, you have to be following that. Like, I had like, a sex work page that had started.
Yeah, you did. And it got reported so much it got taken down?
Yeah, because I was scared of my normal page being reported. I really don't want my normal Instagram being taken down because, like, I've had that for years. So I was like, maybe I should start doing this one so I have to accept who follows me. And obviously, if they're requesting to follow me, they're not going to report me because they want to be a follower. And someone literally went through that whole process just to report my photos.
That's so shitty.
And I got taken down.
Did it get taken down or did you take it down?
It got taken down. I tried to log in and it said, you have like, broken, it said I broke a rule or something.
You broke the law. And you're being
Yeah,
punished.
I broke the law. I broke the law on a private account where people literally had to follow me.
And they knew what they were getting into.
They knew that they were doing that to report me. Like, I don't know who it was, but fuck you, whoever you are.
I cannot imagine who that could have been.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have an idea about it. I have so many weird followers that are just like a string of numbers with no picture.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. If that's how you live your life, then I just feel sorry for you.
Me too. Me too. I'm glad where I'm at. I'm glad where I'm sitting. I'm glad who I am.
Yeah.
Really, I am.
I'm comfortable in my seat.
I am. I'm comfortable. I have sex appeal. I'm confident about it. And I don't care who knows anymore. I'm not ashamed of that.
Yeah.
I like that about myself, that I'm sexual. I really like that about myself. And the fact that people are like, you should feel bad about it. Like, I'm not going to do that shit anymore. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. I'm not going to feel bad about this thing that is so much more natural than a lot of the, like, because I just know that most of these people are just like being hypocritical, and you know that they're doing their shit behind closed doors, and it's like, I just don't want to be closed off doing what I want to do anymore. And I know you want to live in like this weird like closet
Where you do something that you act like you
hidden
don't do.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that.
Me either. Me too. I'm trying to be like a non-filtered person as much as I can be. That's really what it's all about, I think. I don't know.
I agree.
And I have different sides to me. Just because I like ventured out into like making a fucking OnlyFans account does not mean that I have like changed into a different kind of like friend or woman, or like doesn't mean that I like have sold out like you said, or like that I care about. I mean, I guess I do care about different things, but I don't not care about the things that I did before, you know?
Yeah. No,
I'm still the same person. And
yeah.
Fuck you if you think that I've like switched up or some shit, because I haven't. You guys are just fucking mean and judgmental. And you're not my friend like I thought you were. And I know who my friends are now.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Literally, you, Lane and Jake.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Lane and Jake. And Lyra. Lyra, oh my God.
Love you.
And my beautiful partner. I could not do this if I wasn't dating the guy that I'm dating. Like, if I was dating anybody else, I'd be like, I wouldn't probably be able to do it. And I would not. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, you have, you know, sex workers out there that is like, fuck you if you can't be with a woman who does sex work. I mean, I get that could be like a trial. Like, that could be something that you have to be mature enough to handle. And I'm glad that he is mature enough to handle that. But it's not for everybody. It's a lot I think, to date someone that does that, because you have to, you know, you have to be a real man about it. And I got one of them. Thank fucking God.
Yeah. I know. Andrew has changed so much about me in that sense. And I've just become so much more of a healthier, like, person mentally because of him. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because I definitely was not healthy in my last relationship.
Me either. Any of those. They all fucking sucked. And if I was with any of them trying to do this, I couldn't like truly be myself. And I'm glad that if I think that I want to do something, I can do it. Within reason. I'm not going to fucking murder anybody. I'm never going to hurt anybody. But I feel like everything I do is like, honestly, with innocent intentions. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. And I'm still the nice person at heart. I really am. And I think you are too. You're a good fucking person, dude.
Dude. I really try to be. And I think you're a very good person too. I think we're both just trying to make money. And if you have a problem with that, then unfollow me. Don't fucking look at me. Like, that's the thing. Like, most of these people keep tabs on you. And I'm like, just disappear out of my life if you don't want to know what I'm up to. It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
It's funny, but whatever.
Do you have any closing thoughts on the matter?
If you're thinking about doing sex work and you are of age and you want to make extra money, I say I completely think it's a legitimate hustle, and I say do it.
Yes, and don't be hard on your friends that do decide to do it, because some of them might be sensitive like me.
Yeah.
Be kind to everybody. And maybe just like get the perspective of like someone that is in sex work and realize that she's just like a normal person. She's not some fucking wicked whore trying to ruin everyone's relationship. Wicked whore.
Wicked whore.
Yeah,
I'm a wicked whore.
Yeah, Stacy's a wicked whore. Fucking demonic.
Wicked whore is my new band name.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, that's really all. Just fuck the haters and
fuck the haters. That's the biggest lesson that I've learned.
Yeah, make your money because I guarantee you somebody wants to see you naked and you can make some money.
Yeah, and in general, like even if you're not in sex work, like don't try to put other people down and don't try to punish somebody because you're jealous of them or because you just think that they're pretty or you have some fear that they could take what you have. Like, just like be nice to them and celebrate them. And they probably think the same thing about you. Like, don't think that every person that is confident in their looks is trying to like do something personal to you. And I think that's the mix up. I think people think that sex workers are like just homewreckers, and that's definitely not the case. Or not even just sex workers, just pretty girls, you know? Yeah. That you're just like, oh, I hate her because every guy likes her. What the fuck? Like, we got to nip that shit in the bud.
Yeah. We need to be like for women, and a lot of that mindset has changed for me a lot. Like Meg says, like, it's a hot girl summer. Like, we are all hot girls. Yeah. And we should support each other, and we should like fucking like, I don't know. I just, it's not worth it. It's not worth the fucking turmoil that you put yourself through. Like, I love women.
Me too.
And I'm going to support them forever now. And I'm glad that I finally like fucking changed my way of thinking, because it's so much better to just be happy for people.
Yeah, just be happy for them. Like, be excited for them, you know? And then, like, I would like to think that you would get that back, too, if you gave it to other people. Like, maybe if you were nicer to other people and you supported women more, that you would get that back, and maybe you would feel more confident. Just share the love, and let's nip this misunderstanding of just jealousy over other girls in general, or, like, jealousy over if you're a guy and you're jealous over a girl and what she's doing with her own fucking body, God forbid. Chill out. Don't do that. Maybe learn why she's allowed to do it and why she is doing it and how it's not prostitution. It's not prostitution, people. Nothing wrong with prostitution, but it's not prostitution.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just educate yourself. That's like literally it. Stop being so close-minded. Educate yourself, and mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business, dude.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm good. And you're good, so we're all good here.
Yeah. I'm all good, baby.
We're all good. And, we're both doing our podcast, and we're also, like, doing good and planning our lives, our future, and thinking about all this cool stuff that we could do. And we're fine. We're fine.
For people who don't think that we're creative in other ways and that's all we're good for, just don't know us.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we obviously have so much more to offer. Not saying that you even have to. Not even saying you have to. You could literally just be a sex worker, be a porn star, be whatever. Like, that is your persona, and you are completely valid. But if you think that that's like an insult to us, then you just don't know us, and you don't know what's going on in our lives. And that's like more clarification that I don't need you in my life.
Exactly.
Because we both have these creative things that we're doing. We both have relationships that we like are like very happy in. We have homes that we take care of. We have jobs that we go to. And it's like, if you think that this is all I am worth, then that's what you only want to focus on. And that's your problem.
Yeah. Have fun obsessing
Because
about me.
To me, like, I am that, and I also do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I am not just OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
Like people maybe try to portray me as. I don't know.
Same.
But
Yeah.
we're much more than that.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's not enough.
Exactly. Well, I love you so
'Cause it is.
much. I think that you're an incredibly strong woman. And
I love
you've
you.
been able to, like, push me in a good direction as far as, like, saying fuck you to the right people and moving the fuck on, you know? I definitely have you to thank for that. And I'm glad that I have you in my life. I think that you're a wonderful woman that is for women, who does a lot for women. And you're my best fucking friend forever, dude.
Dude, you're my fucking sister, and I love you more than anything.
Aw, thank you. I love you too.
I like you, Baba.
This is
And I guess I'll be seeing you
God.
soon, hopefully.
Hopefully I could at least see you on my birthday, at least.
I think we should we could hang on your birthday.
We'll just do it.
We can hang on your birthday. We'll just stay home.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
this feels like the end, so let's just wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening to our little talk about the life of a average Joe sex worker. And I hope this has been informative or at least entertaining to you. So,
Yeah, I hope you guys get something out of it. And thank you so much for having me
Yes.
on fucking Fake
Miss
Therapy
Stacy Nye,
Podcast.
and also listen to her podcast called Movie Date Podcast with David. It's awesome.
That's my baby right there. Shout outs to David.
Shout out to David.
Because I know he's gonna be listening to this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Love you.
Love you. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna let y'all motherfuckers go, and I'll see you later in the next episode. Bye. Wave, Stacy. Bye.
Bye. Cute.